Good morning. It is 8:32 a.m. on Wednesday, December 21st, 2016. First day of winter, right? I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. All right, camera over here. I actually didn't sleep very well last night. I'm not sure why. There's no cause that I'm aware of. But I kept kind of having a sort of racing thoughts style dreams, and then I would wake up and it's only like an hour after the last time that happened, and that happened like 4 or 5 times overnight, and I'm not sure what that was about, but I mean, I slept long enough that I think I'm fine, but yeah, it was not super restful. I'm not sure why. But in any case, I went to see Moana yesterday with my mom, and I really liked it. Great music, good story. In my tweet, I said, I laughed, I cried, I sang once the movie was over. But yeah, it definitely had, there's elements in the story that feel as though the story maybe got reworked a bunch. Like and there's some stuff in it that just feels kind of superfluous. Like there's a chicken character that seems to be pretty much in there just for, slapstick for the little kids, which is fine. That's fine. But just kind of the movie seems to make a bigger deal about it than warranted by the plot, and I wasn't really sure what that was about. Not to mention that there was a cute pig sidekick that was in the movie for about 10 minutes, and then just so so there's and the plot ends up very kind of episodic, which is again kind of fine, but like none of these are complaints as much as evidence, I think, of the plot getting reworked a bunch before the final product, which is a little interesting. Just in the sense that I feel like usually with animated, well, no, I guess I take that back. With animated movies, because they have to do the animation so far in advance, I guess it actually becomes a little bit more difficult to get to a point where you would remove an entire set piece, say, or modify it substantially. And so the idea that you would have to rework the bridging material to try to connect the big scenes that you already have makes sense. But despite that stuff, I found it very good. It had some great sort of inspiring feelings of, or like story about the conflict between, wanting to live up to people's expectations of you compared to having your own feeling that you're meant for something else. And just the idea of, yeah, I mean, like, it's a pretty simple story. And so, to a large extent, I feel like I'm struggling to talk about it a little bit just because without just describing it beat for beat, there's not necessarily a lot to say. The animation is certainly beautiful. One of the things that has long been difficult, for computer animation, two of the things that are hardest to do is to model water and hair. And this movie sets itself a challenge by setting a movie with lots of water in it and main characters that have a lot of frizzy hair going on. And it looks great. Has lots of funny bits. There's a giant monster crab played by Jermaine Clement from Flight of the Conchords, and he sings a very David Bowie-like song, which was lots of fun. Lots of other great songs. I know a lot of the music was done by Lin-Manuel Miranda, the Hamilton guy, and I'm definitely going to be picking up the soundtrack. And, you know, just the movie made me emotional. I was sad in the right parts, happy in the right parts. Yeah. On the whole, very, very satisfying. Um, I liked it a lot. I do I sound like I'm damning it with faint praise? Because I'm really not trying to, and I'm not sure why it feels to me like it's coming out that way. Maybe just because I started with the plot stuff. Um, in some ways, that's kind of, I think, a factor of me being in edit rewrite mode in my head, is that I'm primed to look for those things in stories. Um, on it, it all works. Like, just because I noticed some of those things doesn't mean that I don't think that the end result works. I loved it. Go see it. It's good. I don't know why I'm feeling awkward about saying it that way. I liked it a lot. I'm very glad I saw it. I'm gonna buy the soundtrack. Now I'm second guessing my tone. Weird. Anyway, just in other news, I'm going to have lunch with my aunt and uncle on my dad's side today, and then going to be transitioning over to staying at my dad's house for another couple of days, and then I'm going to split the holiday weekend as well. And, you know, vacation proceeds apace. I will talk to you guys tomorrow for 5 more minutes.